Well, it's with great pleasure that I'm here with Amer Siraj, CCO of GMS. Did I say your name correctly, Amer?
Correct. Yeah, this is Amer Siraj. Yeah,
Amer Siraj.
yeah.
Great to meet you. I've heard so much about you. I've seen your profile on LinkedIn, a lot of industry experience, GSMA, Uphone, a lot of history in the industry. So it's really great to meet you.
Thank
Um,
you, Jason. Likewise.
So you're CCO in GMS. What is that role like? You must have a lot to juggle with mobile operators, enterprises, a lot of different industry players looking for your attention. How is it going?
Well, for GMS, I think it is really an exciting time right now. And I think our strategy to stay focused on our products and regions of the growth is working very well for us. And if I talk about GMS and the growth, I think I should definitely say that we've been growing very well for the last 2 years, and this year will be even stronger. I'd like to mention that my pipeline for the next year looks promising too. I think that's really an exciting news for all of us. And when I talk about the growth in general or like our global growth strategy, I think we've been able to penetrate well in Southeast Asia region, Middle East region, North African regions as well. And we're also working on both the sides, that is enterprise and the MNOs. And right now we are working very hard on the enterprise side so that we can stay relevant for both the ends.
Fantastic. That sounds like you have everything covered. And interesting to know that you also were recognized by mobile operators in our research. A little bit the reason why we're here, to get to know a little bit more about how GMS works and why you had this success. So you were voted as Tier One in our research by MNOs. What was the reaction in the company when you heard this?
Now, I think before I talk about it, I think it's very important to thank ROCCO for conducting such independent surveys and providing a platform for our customers to look through industry expertise and the improvement areas as well. I think you guys are doing a brilliant job. And in parallel, I would also like to thank our customers for appreciating all GMS efforts and scoring us as tier one partner in all the areas, by the way, which is customer services, technical expertise, or if we talk about the flexibility in our commercial and technical side. To answer your question, I think I should certainly mention that GMS is a very customer-centric organization, and we always deliver what we promise in all the areas like messaging protection, aggregation, firewall provisioning, or any other solution that really help us to achieve this reputation and to this position. Customer is absolutely priority number one in all the functions that we do, from the customer services side to the delivery. And I think now the really pressure is on the team to continue with the same performance to maintain this position in the industry.
So GMS is such a wide ecosystem in terms of the industry. You work with mobile operators, you work with all different kinds of enterprises. What would you say then, from your perspective, is the biggest challenge in the messaging industry?
That's a very interesting question, Jason. So, Jason, the bigger challenge, in my opinion, right now is to manage expectations for mobile operators and the enterprises. For mobile operator, SMS is their key asset, and they would really like to monetize it. And on the other side, the enterprises are looking for lowered rates or lower commercials, of course, with the quality deliveries. That is something that we need to bridge it. I think the answer to the question is that we need to have this partnership model more and more so that we can fulfill both the sides' expectations. And I think GMS is rightly placed to help that part.
Great. So we all have had our taste of conferences again, attending industry forums, seeing old faces, connecting again in the industry. And I'm sure you have too. What is the most interesting trend that you're seeing right now when you speak to people, when you see people in industry forums? What are they talking about? What is happening?
I think because of this pandemic, and more than pandemic, all the businesses they would like to have efficiencies in their internal and external communications and to handle their internal and external customers. Now, because of that, the word digitalization is something that we hear a lot in our industry forums and when we speak to our customers as well. A lot of industries are joining digitalization more and more that we have seen recently, for example, the medicine side or the travel side or the mobility services. When we talk about digitalization or the communication internally or externally, SMS is one of the key component because of the high readability. Brands or the enterprises are using it for their promotions, for the information, or for the authentication services for their customers. And of course, when you talk about the SMS or the delivery of SMS, I think it is very important to talk about the reliability over their legal and the green channels. And I think that is something that GMS is offering in terms of the transparent channels on the entire messaging that is A2P, P2P, or the P2A kind of messaging. Needless to mention that reliable delivery of messaging helps enterprises and mobile operators to have the best customer experience as well.
Okay, that's great. Thanks very much for your perspective on what's been happening. A lot of companies right now are moving into the CPaaS space, a lot of talk of CPaaS. In general, how do you see the stance of MNOs towards the CPaaS solutions?
It is very positive, I must say that. Why? Because mobile operators have got their own customer base to handle, right? And then mobile operators, of course, they've got SME and the large enterprises inside the country as well. And everyone is looking for the efficient communication requirements, no matter it is SMS, email, or the OTT channels. So they are super positive towards CPaaS. But the problem with them is that, of course, they cannot create or build CPaaS solution in-house. And then GMS kind of companies can certainly help them by providing them white label solution for their own customers or for their enterprises domestic, that is SMEs or the large enterprises. So my answer is yes, they are very positive, and they like to leverage the growth of CPaaS, and of course that is going to help them really in terms of their revenue growth as well.
Fantastic. Amer, thank you very much for your insights. It's been a real pleasure to speak to you. I look forward to
Likewise.
seeing you at an industry conference in the future. And all the best to GMS for the rest of the year and in 2023.
Thanks very much for your time, Jason, and looking forward to that. Yeah.